and we live. What up, what up, what up, man? It's your boy, the Falcons therapist. Why in the dickens is this thing up here? This is another Dirty Bird Thursday, and I'm pumped. It's another week of football.
Yes, sir.
But hey, let's get to it. To my right, we got the resident nose tackle himself, Big Ant. Big Ant, what up, man?
What's going on, everybody? Hey, we back in the building. Ready to get this thing rolling.
And right below me, we have the quiet storm himself,
What's poppin'?
Loch Ness. What up, Loch?
What's going on, man? I'm just ready to talk football, man. Couple of stories developing as we speak, so we just want to talk about it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So before we get into that, let's go ahead and do our Dirty Bird Thursday roll call. We got our homie Brian Peoples in there. We got ATL Leo. What's going on? Jamarius. What's going on? Bubba Gump. D Sloan. Oh, there we go. Home team. We got the Deacon of Defense himself, Blackberry. What's going on, Blackberry?
What's happening? Your boy been under the weather, so I've been out of action.
Been TKO for about a couple
for
weeks.
A little while, but we back in here. We off the IR.
Right, you on active roster now.
we off the IR now.
Say, put me in the game, coach. I'm ready.
All right, we go. Let's see. Let's get through this. Finish this roll call. We got Jarvis Williams, D Coleman, Michael Sykes, Dreddy. Look, man, we'll get back to the rest of y'all later, but we have some breaking news to talk about. Whoo. All right. Source: Amy Dash, Antonio Brown arrested for standoff. Big Ant, I'm gonna let you take this one, bro, because I'm already getting a headache.
Man, look, bro. When he was with, who was it? The Patriots, I believe. That was like 3 or 4 years ago. I knew then that something was wrong with him, bro. Well, you know what? No, I'm gonna take it back further than that. His last few years with the Steelers, he started showing signs that he wasn't all the way there upstairs. And people, they tried to shrug it off and act like it was just him acting out and this and that. And then team after team after team, he still did it. Until, bam, now he done blew up. This is
and just to give y'all context, source on Twitter, Amy Dash reported that Antonio Brown is reportedly engaged in a standoff with police and has locked himself inside his home, refusing to turn himself in on an active arrest warrant for alleged battery. Police negotiations are trying to reason with Brown using a megaphone. Brown allegedly has guns in the house. Bruh.
Yep.
Blackberry, what's your take on that, man?
I mean, after what you just read, listen, before I get into Antonio Brown and everything about him that's just a bunch of bullshit, and I'm gonna start watching my language because I'm trying to get right with God.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
But he has guns in the house. Okay, I got guns in my house. So why does that have? My thing is, we know that he is a problem. We know this. We know he ain't got it all upstairs. Something is seriously wrong with Antonio Brown. But after what you just read, the report you just read out, the fact that they have to put in there,
he has guns.
He may have guns in the house, and,
allegedly.
Right.
But I got guns in my house. But I ain't gonna. I got guns.
No, don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't do it to him.
Don't do it.
I mean, every other household on your block got a gun in the house. Yeah. Why does that have to be said? Why does that have to be reported? Because they want to make this. They want to make him be as much of a villain as they can possibly make him. That's right. And that's why. Because he a black man and he already got a hot head. He can't stay out of trouble for nothing. And because when we first started, I was about to really just go in on Antonio Brown and just be like, bro, just get your stuff together, bro. Just get out the limelight, go find a hole for you to go climb in and stay there and get your mind right for the next 2-3 years. And when you resurface, be a whole nother guy. Be right with God, be right with yourself, and have your mental right. Because right now, your mental and your spirit is just gone. You out of here, bro. You spaced out. You're not in this realm anymore. You in a whole nother place right now. And it ain't a good place. I was really just about to go in on him. Mm-hmm. But the fact that the media have to put so much, they have to make him more of a villain than what he already make himself. They have to make him more of a bad guy from what he already is because of the color of his skin. Yep. Mm-hmm. And this is getting ridiculous. The world know that Antonio Brown is a cancer to society right now and a cancer to himself. We know this. But you don't have to what's the saying? You don't have to kick a man while he's down. Oh, he said he may have guns in the house. I'm sure. He's a black man in America and he's famous and he might still have money. I'm sure he still got money. Why you got to? He said he may have guns because he on a standoff with the police. Let's be real. Standoffs with police are happening every single day. Anybody live in Atlanta that ride on 285, you see a standoff every day.
Every day. Facts.
Yeah, that's common. That's commonplace.
A standoff is literally a cop pulling me over and asking me to step out the car. That's these days. That's a standoff because he gonna call about 3-4 calls for backup.
Or BlackBerry, not refusing not to give them your ID,
and refusing not to get it. Now that's just stupid. That's just stupid, AB.
What you got, Locke?
Cuckoo. Oh, okay, so. First, let me piggyback on what BlackBerry said. I say this in one of my raps. Paint me the villain, because I guess being the hero is holding down my ceiling. So when you want to be the hero, nobody wants to see the hero. But as soon as you're the villain, I guess your ceiling get rise, like you get so much accolades. See, the thing is, it's a lot to unpack from this, just by going off what you said, one about the alleged guns, and like a BlackBerry allude to the fact that, hey, everybody got guns. If you're a law-abiding citizen, you can get that. Even if you're not, you can get that. Just what it is. But the thing is, it was a lot of stuff that Antonio Brown was doing that led to his demise in the NFL. I mean, and you're doing stuff, like if you don't, from what I've heard, you know, he was doing interviews about how he had pictures of said quarterbacks' wives. You know, you was actually living in their household because somebody brought you down to Tampa Bay, and you know, it's a lot of stuff that involved him when it was a whole bunch of mess. But this reminds me of someone when you're down, when you're fighting demons, and when you're going through stuff, when you don't have that big brother, that person to come in and be like, "Hey, bro, boom, let me be a truth teller.
Yeah.
Let me be a truth teller," and be like, "Hey," and they respect you. They respect you. So if you sit and they sit you down and you say, "Hey, bro, you messing up, my G." A lot of NFL players, pro entertainment, whatever, if they had big brothers, vis-a-vis, big, you know, it's a lot of people. Because in the media, if you notice, they paint our faces on the media just what it is. Like I said, as a black man or just somebody that's, I don't want to get into that, but it's just that my G needs somebody that's going to basically tell him the truth. And so he'll be able to understand and get the help that he needs. A lot of people think in our society, think getting help is bad. You know what I'm saying? Certain issues people need to go through and they need to get the help that they need. But some people feel like they pride get in the way, or they feel like it's an issue to get the actual help that they need. So I think my G just needs some help. And as far as this standout goes, like you said, at the end of the day, bro, this is a standout. Like I said, just by being asked to give your ID when you haven't even did anything wrong. And they're trying to ask you, who are you? Like I seen a video when a dude was asked, "What you doing?" And he was like, "What you mean what I'm doing? Let me see your ID."
Yeah, what you mean?
You're walking around the house. He said, "I live here. I can walk around my house."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, these are self-inflicted. And this is just shows that my G just doesn't have a big brother figure or somebody who he respects and that can sit him down and be a truth teller. But you think about this also. Everybody feeds off negative. If he was doing something positive, they're still, even in the media, they'll bring up something negative to allude the fact that he's doing something positive. Nobody talks about how he raised money and how he did this for, you know, raising money and all this. They'll talk about this stuff. And like you said, if he's somebody that, you know, he's gonna get painted in a bad light regardless of what. And if he's in a standoff, more than likely it's I don't know, I don't want to get into the media propaganda, but it's like, you know, they paint a picture of what they want the narrative to be. That's all I'm gonna say. And that's all I'm gonna say to that.
Well, I'm gonna take this into another direction and from a couple angles. For one, it's about choices, consequences, and appearances. Because we all know, number one, I'm gonna say it, the NFL, the NBA, the NHL, whatever sports arena you're in, will not save you from everyday life. Period. It won't. It's not going to get rid of your demons, and it's not going to excuse you. With that being said, when you get to a certain level, you got choices, and you got certain levels of responsibility. You in the media, you got a certain level of responsibility. We're in the media, we got a certain level of responsibility.
Yep.
And what happens is you make so many bad decisions, and like I was mentioning to Maggie, you gotta understand, court system is not favorable for us. It's not. So, you know, if you've ever had a traffic citation, you know, there's always that one person in the courtroom, and the judge tell them, "I don't want to see you no more. Next time I see you in here, it's going to be an issue." And just by that paragraph alone, that one line in there, what he's allegedly accused of, and his actions thereafter, is a man where, number one, he don't want to go back and face that. He don't want to go back and face the judge for nothing, because a lot of times our athletes, unfortunately, sometimes become the example. And we've seen it earlier this season. We're not going to get into it, but we've seen it earlier this season. Whether you believe them innocent or guilty, that's not my call. But what it does attest to is choices, because we all got choices. Sometimes we make bad choices. And you're right. The media is going to be biased. That's just a fact. The media is going to be biased. But on a deeper note, this man has had and has issues that a lot of us probably don't know about, even outside of the ones that were spoken. And he's right now feeling like he don't have no way out. And like Locke said, it could have been the fact that, yeah, he could have needed a mentor. We all need mentors, because we all get to that point in our life where we get off our track.
Breaking point.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody got a breaking point. And I'm not excusing what he did or did not do. But stuff like this is why we talk about, one, it's always good to have somebody to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
Number two.
Amen.
Number two, accountability.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta have somebody or something that's gonna hold you accountable for stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because this environment we in now is not going to help give you any chances. They're not trying to give you chances. They're not trying to see you in a good light a lot of times.
Cancel culture is holding a lot of people accountable for stuff back in the years.
And then what you have to understand is, being a sports entertainer or a media mogul, you're held to a higher standard.
Mm-hmm.
And they look at it, they're looking now to make examples, because they want to try to show that nobody is above, quote unquote, media opinion. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. What I will say is, I hope that brother get help. You know what I'm saying? And, I hope this event will become a learning lesson, even though it may not. But I just hope that brother gets some help, because he's a great talent, but it's something going on in his head that ain't right. What you about to say, Mike?
Let me say this, because I'm not gonna have any friends when I say this, right? Really don't care. But I'm gonna keep it real. We got to stop this pro-black bull crap, blaming the media for everything that you do wrong. At the end of the day, whether you have a team or you don't have a team, it is your choice. Now, granted, this guy we know that he has issues when it comes down to his mentality. Mm-hmm. We all can see it. It's plain. It's right there. It's not hidden. You can see it. It's for the world to see. There is an issue going on, but he's not an idiot. Antonio Brown is not. He's not ignorant. He's not a guy that's not very intelligent. You don't make this much money. You don't make it in the world this long without actually being smart and good at something. So he knows exactly what he's doing. With that said, what's wrong with a lot of just the world today is just everybody want to let the bullshit go.
Right.
They want to make an excuse for the bull crap. He messed up. Okay? I want people to understand what I'm saying. He did it. So whether or not he's getting advice, we don't know if he's getting advice. He probably has a team that's behind him right now that is doing everything they possibly can, but there's a choice. There's a choice everyone has to either listen or don't listen. And I refuse to believe that guys like Tom Brady, Ben Roethlisberger, all those guys at the Pittsburgh, from the Tampa Bay organization to his family, no one has said to him, bro, what's going on, bro? Slow down. I refuse to believe that nobody's telling him he needs to slow down. So at the end of the day, stop the pro-black and blaming the media, because all it comes down to it when you having the same issues when it's an issue after issue after issue after issue after issue, it's no longer everybody else's fault. It is your fault.
It's a
Get
choice.
help. Get help. It's a choice. So
Yeah.
let's get down to the Falcons. Let's get down to this Falcon content, man. Y'all about, hey man, it's
Yeah, what I was just saying I know how the media like to add more to the situation.
and that's why it's
That's
his
all I
fault.
was saying.
That's exactly why it's his fault because the media is never
It's
going to
his
be our
fault.
friend. We know that.
Yeah.
We
It's his
we
fault.
know
He
the media is
getting
never going to be our
that
friend.
kind of we know it's his fault. He getting that kind of attention. He getting that kind of we know that it is his fault. I mean, but don't make it easier for them to do that.
Yeah.
Antonio Brown, don't make it easier for them to do that. Whoever else that's out there in the public eye, don't make it easier for them to be able to push the narrative that they want to push.
Yeah, my dad used to tell me, don't give somebody a stick to crack your head with.
Exactly, man.
Exactly.
You can't give these guys ammo because they already want to hang you to begin with. Don't give them like I said. Don't give them the tree. Don't give them the rope. Don't give them the microphone. Don't give them the pen to be able to do it to you.
Nope.
And that's like I said. At the end of the day, at some point you got to learn how to stay out of trouble, dog.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. They say one time is a mistake. 2 times it's a decision. All right, let's go ahead and get to this next topic right here. Will Huntley get more touches running / passing this game?
Need to.
Mike, since you came in, bro, what's your take on this, man? Give us your take on this. Mike, you still there?
Say he's still here.
What AT Alien talking about put that CTE on? What that is?
Oh no.
What is that? What is
See,
that?
you know
All right,
that.
go. Until Mike come back, and go ahead, give me your take on this.
I mean, he should. I mean, the only attempt he had last week was for 12 yards.
Mm-hmm.
And then, bro, you show me somebody that can stop him coming out the backfield. Like this guy is a beast, bro. And they've already shown that they know how to use him in past games. And you want to lighten the load of CP.
Yeah.
So I would think that it would make sense.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, why not?
Locke, what's your thoughts on it, man?
The way I see it is, it's just game plan. You know, they draw up a scheme. They already know who's gonna get the touches. They already know that it's like situational football. They see a situation. I mean, Huntley's a change of pace back, of course, and he runs hard. So at the end of the day, maybe his number will get called this time instead of somebody else's number. We already know Algier and CP is it. You know, Avery Williams is sprinkled here and there, and Huntley. But sometimes it's the game plan. You know, we'll see how since we're going against a similar team the last game, he might get more upticks. You know, and they might use that to just preserve Algier. They might use that to just preserve CP, so nobody won't get hurt. So that's just the way I see it, man. It's just a change of pace, and it's based off of personnel scheme and figuring out the best way to adjust when we're playing. You know, but that's it for me. Like, I don't see any other way than just him just being somebody that comes in and get an uptick based off the situation, and you know, just in case somebody else don't take a little ding here or there. But I think, you know what I'm saying, he's gonna get his touches. It's running back by committee anyway. So any game they can just decide in the second half, hey, okay, Huntley, you going first. They do it all the time, so it's nothing that we're not used to seeing.
What about you, Blackberry?
I want to see him get more touches because it's like every time he get the damn ball, he picking up a handful of yards.
Yep.
And he running somebody over. That first man don't never get him down. He runs hard. I mean, I ain't gonna critique Arthur Smith's game plan because, like I said, like I've been saying all year long, Arthur Smith's game plan works every single week. It's just whether or not when they execute, sometimes they execute, sometimes they don't.
That's
more,
the key.
That's the key. But more so than not, they have been executing the game plan. But I do want to see Huntley get the ball more because I think you increase productivity with Huntley carrying the ball more. I think you increase productivity with Algier carrying the ball more. If we can get those two guys carrying the ball of similar to not as much, but similar to the amount that they were when CP was out to injury.
Yeah.
We know CP is going to get handoffs, but maybe incorporate him a little bit more in the passing game so that you can give 4 or 5 more touches to Algier. So you can give 5 to 6 more touches to Huntley.
Yep.
Because him just getting 1 carry.
Nah, that's trash.
Nah, the dude he showed that he's too capable of being able to tote the rock for him to only get 1 carry. And I think for the team, it gives the team more of a chance to score the ball when Huntley's carrying the ball. I mean, him and Algier inside the goal line, him and Algier inside of the red zone, these guys pick up yards, tough yards. When you need those tough yards, Huntley and Algier are your guys. I mean, CP can get you tough yards too, but we know with CP, we have to make sure he got the legs for the long run. Algier and Huntley, especially Algier, they still young enough to be able to run the hell out of them.
Yep.
So that's my take on it.
Mike, you still there?
He's still there, but I don't know where he went.
He must be feeding his cat or something. The cat needed some milk. The cat needed some milk. He needs some milk.
What up, Night Rider?
Night Rider, what's up with you?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, cat, snake, chicken. Hold on, wait a minute, y'all. I just received some breaking news. The reason why we found a motive for Antonio Brown's situation. Apparently, the girl refused to put that shit on, and that's why he threw the shoe at her ass. So that's your breaking news. But what's going on, everybody? How we doing?
I can't right now. I cannot.
Leave it in the Night Rider. Leave it in the Night Rider.
That boy ain't got no
So Night Rider, let me ask you a question. What do you think about this topic, man? What do you think about Huntley getting more touches, in the running and passing game?
Yeah, I think he really do need to get more touches. Like Blackberry said, these boys young. These were spring chickens. They can run the hell out the ball, get the short yardage. Just need CP for the long run. Like, man, I really use CP for like first downs, second down, sometimes maybe just first.
Okay.
He got so much. It's so much that CP can do. You don't want to just run him into the ground.
Right. Well, I'm glad you said that because for me, being a tactician, it opens up the RPO.
Yep.
And it gives the defense one more weapon that they have to now guard because you got to think. You got Huntley and Algier. We already know Algier is a seam killer. He gets you on the seams as a wrap. We already know Huntley will carry your whole defensive line 5 or 6 yards by himself. Then with CP being able to either run the ball or catch it, that then makes their defense honest. It forces them to be honest. And then you still can't count out Mariota, because if they happen to stack the box, Mariota with a proper snap can't get you 5 to
Ding
7
ding
yards.
ding
Yeah,
ding ding ding.
Yeah.
You win a
We-
prize. You win.
We
Ding,
talk
ding,
about
ding,
you,
ding, ding,
Malvin.
ding, ding, ding,
Yeah.
ding. That shit right
Talk
there,
about
what you
you.
just said. When
Proper
he snaps
snap.
the ball right, we can do something good. All right. When he
right,
snaps.
right,
Yeah, Doman.
right,
We talk about you.
right,
Johnny, tell him what he
right.
wants.
Because without that, don't none of it work.
None.
But also too, it's like Mike and them was talking about on the last show. Now we're getting into the point where every game now, in this sense, got to be played like a playoff game, like we already in it. So that running game is going to be vital. But in order to make that happen, like I said, we gotta preserve CP. We got to. We can't have him fizzle out in the last couple games. We can't. And now that we have some running backs that actually can literally wear down defenses at will, yeah. But it's gonna come down to making sure that we get proper snaps so that Mariota can facilitate the ball right. Because if Mariota can't get that ball right, Huntley is basically rendered ineffective.
May I say something, please, guys?
Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead, Mike.
Let's just be honest. That bullshit about Mariota being an effective passer should just die right by now. It's week 13. It's week 12, week 13. Let's just kill that. All right. We're at the point where we need to get the most out of Marcus Mariota.
Right.
And that's using all his skills at this point. Because if he's not an effective passer at this point, he's not going to be effective passer.
Right. The handwriting's on the wall.
He is what he is right now. And that's what we need to do. We need to focus on getting the most out of him, using his leg, using the RPOs, having his ability to run around, extend some plays, the reverses, do the things that he's good at. That's what we need to focus on. Because like I said, if he's not an effective passer in week 12, week 13, it's not gonna happen. So let's just keep that real.
And I'm glad you brought that up, Mike.
It's just have him check the ball down more often. For some reason, he don't like to check the damn ball down.
Well, see, here's
ball down sometime.
And I'm glad y'all brought this up, because if you look at this past game, if we pay attention to how they played us when they made their adjustments, is the exact way that we should be wearing teams out, now that we know that Mariota's not really going to be 30, 40, 50 time passing during the game. If you notice, what wore our defense out the most was those misdirections.
Well, we knew that before the season started.
Them counter
runs. And those misdirections, because you got to think about it. What have I always been saying on the show? Marcus don't need to, if he throws a short pass, it needs to be less than 15 yards. And it needs to be the receivers he knows can make them catches. He knows OZ can catch it in certain instances. He knows Bird can catch it in certain instances. You just want short passes, because all we need to be doing for the rest of the season is playing the first down game. We need to be focusing on getting first down, extending the drive, not being cute, not trying to throw Hail Marys in the end zone, but get these first downs so that when we get in the red zone, we can do what we do best.
Run the down ball.
Right. That's it. At this point in time right now, all that cute stuff, that stuff is done with. Because these games, we have to win. We got to win. And like Mike said, Marcus is who he is. He is who he is. So you either going to use him where he's good, or you're going to fall on your face. Simple as that.
Right.
Yep.
Just like Ric Flair. Ric Flair with the drip.
All right, let's go ahead and get to this.
Ric Flair before we get his ass knocked out.
Let's get to this next topic right here. Oh gosh. All right. Look, this is gonna be one of them. This is gonna be one of them Pepto Bismol Thursdays. So, but former Atlanta Falcons running back Michael Turner arrested on time investment charges.
Oh, listen, I'm coming to join you, honey.
What is y'all doing?
Lord help us.
Dummy.
Hey man, if I leave out here, man, I'll be right back. My phone about to die. That can't
Man, I mean, is you putting crack in the eggnog? Is you putting crack in the eggnog?
Oh.
Come on, bro.
That boy cooked French fries short of a head meal.
Y'all have y'all read the story on it? The whole report on it?
Hey,
And I got to put that shit on too.
I couldn't. I just couldn't.
I'm not gonna judge him because look, I don't know who that woman is. That heifer could be crazy as batshit, and that's probably why he running away from that kid. I'm not gonna judge him. It just don't look.
It just don't look right. Just don't.
You know, that's why I asked if y'all read the story on it. Because
I'm gonna leave that. I don't want to touch that, bro.
When it comes with situations with the children and the woman and all that, and these guys get arrested. Listen, man, I done been in county in a cell block full of guys that was in there for child support, child abandonment, and all of them had a story. Not all of them was in there because they just put the kid out on the side of 285 and got the hell on. Because I don't know the whole story behind it, I'm like, Mike, I'm not gonna judge them because
I digress.
I don't know. Sometimes it's these females or whatever, and or your partner, or whatever you choose to have, and y'all got kids together. And sometimes it's these dudes that just deadbeat fathers, but sometimes it's not. So I'm not gonna judge the man. I don't know the story. You get pulled over by the Cab County right now in front of the damn jailhouse, and they'll just create a damn charge to put your ass in there, folks.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you on that. I'm gonna be honest with you on that. That comes from us not knowing the law.
Yeah.
Be honest with you.
Hold on. Say that again, Juan.
That comes from us not knowing the law. That's that. I'm gonna leave it at that. Y'all can take it where you want to take it, but that's that comes from us not knowing the law. We know the deal. I'm gonna go. We're gonna skip over this because this right here, we'll be getting. We'll have Twitter coming in.
Yeah, we'll get some people in hot under that. This is touchy subject, bro. I don't want no part of it.
Let's get away from it.
Yeah. Okay. I think this will shift gears right here. Everything start on Kyle Pitts being out for the season. Mike, go ahead and put them with your thoughts, man.
Why the hell I gotta be first? God damn.
We want to know the man scientist thoughts.
Give me the bullshit. hey, man. As I stated on heavy hitters, what the hell I said? Oh, the heavy hitters, man. I don't think the Falcons' offense will struggle too much. I think, for the most part, the reason why I think that is because this foundation is predicated on the run and the offensive line, the running backs, and using the quarterbacks as an extension of the run game. So as far as our ability to keep the offense, keep the clock churning, getting 5 yards here, 3 yards here, that's our style of offense anyway. We don't need a Kyle Pitts to be able to do that in particular. However, we will struggle with creating big plays, getting those key catches in big moments. We will struggle there. but you still have a guy in CP. He still has that ability to be a wide receiver, which is a lot more easier. It's a lot easier for guys who are wide receiver versus a running back. A running back is just physically demanding on him, so he won't have to have he won't worry about the physical um, aspect of a football player. So we'll be able to use him where he's comfortable, catching the ball out of the backfield, creating mismatch with his speed. Opening it up for Drake. Michael Pruitt is playing pretty. I mean, he's playing pretty good. Nobody will mistake him for a Pro Bowler, but when his number is called, he tends to come through for us. So you got
Mhm.
him. You have Tyler Algier, who's just absolutely amazing, and he's going to move up the ranks as far as rookie rushing is concerned. He's nearly what 500-600 yards rushing. The NFL or the Falcons record is 1,000 and something held by hey, um
Hey, William
uh,
Andrews or somebody?
uh, uh, um it's a block, but he's about a 400 and some yards away from Falcons rookie record. So I don't think the Falcons will struggle offensively, but they will struggle getting the big plays, those chunk yardage, without a Kyle Pitts.
Yeah. What you got, Locke?
Well, just like man Mike said, man, I Pruitt has been stepping up. Like I said, he'll make them big catches. He reminds me of how Austin Hooper was, where nobody was paying attention to him and he'll be completely open. So
Mm-hmm.
it, he got good hands, and he's not fast, of course, but he makes those big plays. And just like they said, as far as the as far as our offense, it just opens up the playbook to run. Like you said, use Mariota for what he is. We know what he is at this point. Go ahead and make sure the RPO is available. We got the running backs in position. Disguise some of the coverages. I mean, the plays as far as the formations go, or run people out to do something different. And hopefully, what I'm saying, Mariota go ahead and start checking down the ball, because it does be open. Pretty much how teams kill us in the middle be open for a lot of the plays where Mariota just either don't run when he has the opportunity, or he don't pass it to the person. But I think our offense is still going to be what it is, because we've seen what happened when, Kyle have, like, if you look at it, Kyle ain't out there like all the time. There's certain players that, sub him out and we'll still make stuff happen. We just got to do that the rest of the season. That's how I take. That's my take on that.
What you got, Blackberry?
I mean, it sucks, but there's this offense wasn't built around Kyle Pitts.
No, it wasn't.
And us here, we said it before the season even started. We said it during training camp. This offense is not going to be pass first. It's not going to wow anybody in the stat on a stat sheet. How many yards a receiver got? How many yards Pitts got? How many yards anybody got? This stat sheet not going to wow nobody, because it's everybody by committee. It's running back by committee. It's receiver by committee. It's tight ends by committee. It's everybody by committee. Hell, it's even been left guard by committee this season. So, I mean, it sucks. Okay, I'm gonna give a lot of the common fans a little bit of comfort here. Y'all didn't think he was getting enough touches anyway.
I was about to say that.
Thank you.
Y'all didn't think he was getting the ball enough anyway. So if we've been able to not only be competitive, but if we've been able to win games with Kyle Pitts not getting enough touches for y'all. It's nothing gonna change here. When I look at film, when I go back and look, all the attention that a lot of people were saying that Kyle Pitts is gonna get, he ain't been getting from defenses.
Mm-mm.
He hasn't been getting that kind of attention, being doubled and all that. He's doubled here and there on third and longs, stuff like that. Third and mediums, he might be doubled, but he's not really being doubled much. Most of the safeties over the top have been over Drake London because they know that boy like to get up in your shit and snag everything out the air on you. He like to go get balls. So that's really who most of the help has been going to for corners and for safeties. Because I kid you not. I think that was that Browns game. They had two safeties on Drake London, not two corners, two safeties.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to hurt us schematically. It's not going to hurt us game plan wise because it wasn't built around Kyle Pitts anyway. The attention that some fans think he gets that helps other guys get open, he wasn't getting that attention like y'all thought he was, like y'all think he has. He hasn't been getting it. Guys, so when Zacchaeus get the ball, when Bird get the ball, those guys getting the ball because they're getting open. Mm-hmm. And the play calls for them to get the ball most of the time. Every now and then, Marcus goes to a second or third read and he gets them the ball. But mostly it's drawn up for them guys to get the ball. So this offense is not going to skip a beat. It's still going to be effective, just like it was this past week. It was still effective. And there was no Kyle Pitts. So just get used to it. And no bitching about it, okay?
Good luck with that.
What's your thoughts, Ant?
Well, I think I've mentioned this numerous other places. Watch out for Parker Hesse. I mean, he's not going to, blow you away with, with talent or whatnot, but he can make plays and
block.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
He fits our scheme perfectly. What we want to do here, he fits it to the T. So watch out for him.
Well, my thoughts on Kyle Pitts being out for the season is that something Coach and I talked about maybe a couple games back. Kyle Pitts not being on the field basically takes the expectation off Mariota to throw it. Because as long as Kyle was on the field, the expectation was Mariota needs to get him the ball, which means that he needs to throw it, which is not his strong suit. And he maybe, I don't know, because I'm not in the man's mental, but it seems as though, in my opinion, he was badgering himself to live up to that standard. And that wasn't where he was comfortable. So if you notice in certain games, in certain instances, he would try to force feed Kyle the ball, and it didn't work. Either it was too far or too short. Granted, a couple times Kyle could have really went for the ball on those throws, but I digress. With him not being on the field, he doesn't have that standard to live up to. Now he can play ball. And like Blackberry said, whatever the play calls for, he's more comfortable getting them getting those reads and getting the ball out, whether it be handing it off or doing a short pass across the middle. He doesn't feel like he has to. He doesn't feel like he has to be that hero. So, like Mike said, no, we not gonna skip a beat because Blackberry, you're right. Drake now has taken the spotlight off of it because they know at any given moment Drake can get the ball and make a play. So, and you watch these next games is gonna be more so, in my opinion, geared towards trying to knock Marcus's block off. Because now people are going to see that we're going to lean heavily on the run game. So that's my take on that. You guys got anything else?
Say, Mr. One.
I'm just laughing at this fool in the comment section.
What you saying, Ant?
What is
That fool say?
This right here. Talking about we should trade Kyle Pitts if we're not going to use him
next?
Like our own text.
I think that's my classmate Josh. Josh, if that's you, don't say no stupid shit on here. Love you, bro.
I can't. Next topic. I can't. Is Arthur Smith too stubborn? Blackberry.
Damn, I wanted this shit, first. You don't give me that bullshit.
You next, Mike, because I already know where you go with this. I already know where you go. I'm gonna let Blackberry pour the gasoline. I'm gonna let you set it on fire. Blackberry, go ahead, man.
Okay. You said fire. I like that shit.
Blackberry, what you think?
I'll say this. Hell yeah, he is. So
what?
Who the hell cares? That's what you're supposed to be as a head coach. Do shit your way. Nothing at all. The problem for me is he too stubborn. The thing for me is because what you want, especially at the position of quarterback, and this largely due to the fact that he's not playing a certain quarterback, and I won't mention that certain quarterback because he ain't really black anyway. You know what I'm saying? He half black, so you know how that goes. He's not playing a certain quarterback. So people feel as though that he's being too stubborn. I say, so freaking what?
Thank you.
Who the hell cares if he's being too stubborn? Because as a player, okay, as a player, look, I'm trying to be nice. All right, I ain't gonna always shoot the kill. Okay, I might aim at your leg, your toe. All right. So the problem is as a player, you want him to be too damn stubborn to keep you in the lineup and have you get as many chances as you possibly can. That's as a player, that's what you want. You don't want the coach to quickly give up on you. So I commend him as a head coach to sticking with his quarterback, sticking with his schemes, sticking with his coaches, sticking with his players. I commend him for that. The problem is he fucking stupid. Because we got some stupid head coaches out here.
Yep.
We had a stupid head coach.
We got a lot of dumb head coaches out here. Giving Tom Brady all the power and then look at the team now. Everybody gone. Because y'all gave Tom Brady all the power and now you look at the organization that look like absolute crap. Same thing with Green Bay. They gave Aaron Rodgers all the power and look at them now. They look like absolute crap. Arizona, they gave Kyler Murray $50 million thinking he was the answer like Allen Iverson. And guess what? They look like absolute crap. You see the problem? I just don't want stupid. That's my problem. So absolutely, Arthur Smith is stubborn. That's the way coach is supposed to be. They're supposed to be stubborn.
What you got, Blackberry?
Mike said what I was gonna say, but I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna throw a curveball in there a little bit. Is he too stubborn? He's not too stubborn, unless you're asking if he's too stubborn enough not to play Ritter and to continue to play Marcus. Because I think that's what it's all based, what that is based around with the fan base is Arthur Smith. He's too stubborn to play Ritter because Marcus is his boy, and he a second year head coach, and he trying to prove something to the industry, or he trying to prove something to whoever. That's not the case. Like Mike said, I like it when my coach is stubborn.
Damn it.
I like that because that means he's confident in what he's doing. He's confident in the product he's putting out there on the field. He's confident in the personnel that he's developing. He's confident in everything that he has planned for the team. So, do I want a coach that's going to be like the Carolina Panthers and every time the damn wind blow, I want to make a damn change? No. I don't want that. That does not show consistency. That does not show persistence. That don't show strength. That show weakness. So is he too stubborn? No, he's not too stubborn. He's just the right amount of stubborn that I like.
Yep.
What you got, Locke?
Okay. I'm looking at it like this. I think he's stubborn to the point where we was already written out before the season even began. So it's like, at that point, it's like, who cares what y'all think or who want, like the media, some of the fans, like we all like, who cares? Y'all already run us out. So I'm gonna do it my way to get the results that I want. And another way to look at it is, it's not really as far as being stubborn, it's being sticking with what you already decided to do and standing behind your decision. Accountability.
There we go.
In the games that we're losing, we're like a less than a touchdown away from winning. So you look at it, the fact that we're still in these games is something that he's doing right. I mean, it's not more so the game plan. Sometimes it's the execution. So I think the people that they're talking about is stubborn is the fucking fans. Excuse my language, but it's the fans being stubborn, or even giving this team an opportunity. I said it before. What is considered a winning season? Our record, or the small things that we've done to improve? And that's all I'm gonna say on that.
What you got, Ant?
Damn, I agree with everything. Like, but I don't care if he's too stubborn, because I would rather have this type of coach that we got right now than the shit that we had before.
Soft serve.
I'm sick of that shit.
The brotherhood.
And this, bro, look, I'd rather have a coach that's going to stand by you no matter what than let's just forget some shit in the biggest fucking game of the whole year, and then now I don't know what to do.
What? I'm gonna put it to you like this. It's called being a grown man, making a decision and standing on it. Like my brother said,
That what that
it's called being a head coach.
You don't say.
Because at the end of the day, you got hired by Arthur Blank to change this team and change this culture. This man said we have an identity. This is what it's going to be. All of those that don't fall in line with it, got to go. Y'all got mad. Then he said, this is my quarterback. This is who I'm going with. I know his potential. Y'all got mad. Then he went in the draft. He said, we want this, and this. We picked him.
Yep.
Y'all got mad. Then we picked a rookie quarterback that was in the same, cut from the same cloth as the quarterback he picked previously. Y'all got mad. Then you said, well, we're going to run the ball and play football our way, and it's not going to be pretty. Y'all got mad. See where I'm going with this? Big man. So now,
Big man, yeah.
Y'all said we was going to be 2-15. We're almost at 7 games. Y'all still mad.
Still mad.
So he said, okay, this quarterback, you know, he rough around the edges. Y'all still mad. Although he been in the league 8 years and only played 6 out of those 8 years, this being his first year back, y'all still mad. So now he won't put a quarterback in that is the future of this franchise because y'all tired of seeing a guy that y'all didn't like to begin with. So y'all still mad. It's not called being stubborn. It's called being sovereign in your decision making and creating a culture and sticking to that identity. Y'all call it stubborn because y'all some spoiled brats and nobody's listening to you kick and scream on social media. Are you still mad?
Can I say something right quick? I just want to. This has nothing to do with football, but it has more so to do with when somebody allows the team, their employees make the decision. Normally, the owners get rid of that person. So, look at Disney. When the dude said he let the employees make the decision, he's gone now. They brought back the old guy. So with that being said, with somebody that's standing on their word and somebody that's getting results, that's another thing. When you're getting results, it might not be the results that everybody expects. We want to win. We do want to win. But the improvement, the small successes, when we're getting results, you can look forward towards the future. So when he's somebody that's not being led by his players, not doing the Jerry Jones, I call it doing the Jerry Jones, not doing the Jerry Jones, and you're standing by your word, he's going to be somebody that one Arthur Blank will, want to keep because he can see the results of, and probably he wanted somebody that can be stubborn because he's seen other past coaches that we had, Jim Mora, Mike Smith, Dan Quinn. These were some soft guys.
These guys, sweet ball.
Right.
They let him run all over him, like
all over.
Because here's the deal: a strong coach, a stable coach, creates a stable identity.
Foundation.
That's it. Period. We're not going back and forth. And y'all hate it, and we love it. We love that you hate it because it's not about liking this team, it's about respect. And the only way we get respect is if we carve out a path, fortify that path, and stick with it. Because I'm gonna get to you, Ant, because when we had that season where we kicking everybody's ass, then y'all gonna be like, that's my team. And we told y'all these growing pains were gonna come should we change our culture?
They still
when
forget
all
that
the-
we got it.
Woo! Let's go Falcons! Yeah.
Basically, what y'all wanted was y'all wanted the 2016 Falcons with a mobile quarterback.
Not
That's
with all
what you
this
wanted.
not
That
with
what you
all
wanted.
this $60 million cap hit.
No. That's what they wanted. They wanted a 2016 Super Bowl bound Atlanta Falcons with a mobile quarterback. Plain and simple.
$80
And
what
million
y'all got?
in damn salary cap.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And when y'all got the gritty football team that we got now, all of a sudden your feelings is hurt. Well, I didn't really want it like this. I wanted a running quarterback that was going to throw for 500 yards, but run around while he's throwing the ball. But he got to throw it. He got to make 20 touchdowns, but he can't get no sacks. But at the same time, he got to be for the culture, but he can't be for the culture if we don't like him, and he has to listen to us on social media, and then when we don't like him, they got to fire the coach and get a new GM, and we are what we are. You either like it, and you got 3 options: close your eyes, turn your head, or don't watch.
Like 31 other teams.
I know, right?
Have it your way. What you got, Ant? What you about to say?
I was gonna ask you, when was the last time we was actually respected?
2016. That was
Uh-uh. They ain't even respect us then.
They
They
ain't
ain't
it.
respect us
I think it was the
then.
year. I think it was the year.
They did.
I'm gonna tell you when.
A long time.
No. I'm gonna answer your question. I'm gonna tell you when, and you're gonna find this answer shocking.
Mm-hmm.
You know when they respected the Falcons? When we hoisted the Lombardi. Now that's gonna go over some of y'all head.
Never.
There you go.
That's why I asked that.
Well, yeah, boy, there.
Night Rider, what you got?
I mean, shit. It might seem like he's stubborn. Like if you look at some of his body language and some of those press conferences and shit, it might seem like he's stubborn, but folks gotta remember he only a second-year head coach.
Mm-hmm.
He's growing with the team.
Mm-hmm.
He is growing with the team. I've seen a few folks. They be like, man, he too stubborn. He too stubborn. But how some of the what I'm trying to say. How people ask him some of those questions, and it might be some of the answers might be head scratching. It might make him seem like that, but I don't think he's too stubborn. I think the man know what he's doing. Let him do what he do. He growing with everybody else. So everybody just calm down, take your smoke break, take your bath, let the man do what he got to do.
Let me ask a question. Is it that he's too stubborn? The question isn't, is he too stubborn? The question is, does he care about y'all's opinion?
Absolutely
of
not.
how to run the team?
No.
That's what you want to ask.
To the no.
See, because if you look at that, is he too stubborn? We've all heard this term before. Oh, that person's too stubborn. In actuality, you want to know if that person cares about your opinion of what they're doing. Ain't got nothing to do with being stubborn.
Mm-hmm.
And we have said on here a multitude of times, they don't give a shit about our opinion.
Nope.
He was hired as a head coach for a reason. He ain't an opinions coach. He ain't an emotional in your feelings coach. He's a head coach to run a team the way he thinks it should go. That's his job.
And he passionate about it too. When we don't get the plays, you can see him fired up. You can see him cursing too.
And that translates to the locker room.
Yeah. He don't stand there just like Dairy Queen.
Wait. Point out this too. You remember when we had won that game and he was having a beer with the team?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Okay, and I'm gonna bring something up, and I know Mike probably gonna fall out laughing when I say this. Are y'all paying attention to Georgia?
Absolutely, you better believe it, boy. Go Dogs!
Oh God,
You know where I'm going with this, don't you, Mike?
No doubt.
If y'all pay attention to Georgia, Georgia has bought into what Kirby Smart is trying to do, even with the mighty midget at quarterback.
Mighty midget.
Even with the mighty midget at quarterback.
Yeah,
Why
that's
do you
when he
think-
ain't throwing the damn ball and throwing backwards like he damn Harlem Globetrotter.
That's my point. That's my point. That's my point. That's my point. That's my point.
It's gonna be back to back. That's all I know.
Look at how much smoke they got. Even when you mention that dude's name, some people just blood pressure go up, but they're winning games. Why? Because they bought in. The coach grew with his team. Your players play differently for you when y'all in the trenches together. This is what y'all got to understand. 23 gonna be a beast of a year.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all complaining because you're not looking at what's going on right in front of your face, which is he's part of the process. And like Knight Rider said, he's growing with the team. That means his players will play harder for him in situations when it comes down to it.
That's that Tony Dungy mentality.
There we go.
Yeah, right there.
The one thing they say in football that kills a team is when a coach loses the locker room, game over. Game over. Because that means you will get nothing out of your team. I don't care if you got all stars on it. When you lose the locker room, game over.
Yep.
Done.
All right, let's.
Do y'all know what the Falcons, what they are ranked at? Not ranked, but
in the power ranking.
No, but where they are in rushing in the league.
I'm looking at
offense.
I haven't seen it recently.
Oh, I'm looking at it.
They're fourth. They're fourth
Right
in yards averaged a game, and they're fourth in yards per carry. So is Arthur Smith too stubborn? Nope, because he's stubborn. He's gotten us running the shit out the ball.
Run the piss out.
Right.
And how long we been asking for that?
I
Years.
love it.
Hey, hurts so good.
So good. So good.
But we going to get ready to pay some bills, and I'm glad we have our Billboard expert to bring us in here during these holidays.
Yes, sir. This portion of the show, ladies and gentlemen, is brought to you by Manscaped, the premier product for male grooming. Y'all know the holidays is here. It's the first of the month. It's December. You know, everybody going to be getting all them good old gifts, and you're going to get your stocking stuff. But, you know, you might get an extra gift later on, but it won't go down because you got too many lumps of coal under your Christmas tree. So we don't need y'all doing all that right there. Just go on the website, go to Manscaped, y'all check them out. Put in the promo code AFN, you will receive 20% off your order. And you know you get free shipping. You know y'all like shit, especially the holidays, man. So yeah, man, go over there, check them folks out, man. They're gonna take care of you, dog. Like I said, we don't need y'all. We don't need no hair in the cranberries. We don't need no lumps of coal under your tree. You need to go ahead and just trim your tree. You know what I'm saying? Trim your tree, man. If you trim it down, she won't frown. You keep it clean, she won't be mean. Man. Hey, yo, what? Let it whip, do you flip?
Yes, sir. Now, this right here gonna be one of them topics. Where are we going wrong? And I'm gonna let you start this one off.
You know what? Despite the week that he had last week, Blackberry already know where I'm going with this.
I know where you're going.
Why in the hell is Michael Walker still starting on this goddamn football team?
Hey, Simon did get him an interception last week.
I don't care.
That's because he put an invisible cloak on, and then he put the invisible cloak on. He took the bitch off, and that's what the hell happened. He
Thank
pulled
you,
a
Mike.
Harry Potter trick. That's what the hell happened.
He borrowed the cloak from Harry.
Yeah, he borrowed the cloak from Harry. He ain't sealed.
Go sit his punk ass down now. That's where that's where we go wrong. Cause I mean, Juan said it earlier. Every time somebody wants to attack us, where do they go? Right up the middle. It never fails.
That's Suki Honda syndrome.
And it's wide open.
Be more specific, and they go right at
Michael
Walker.
Park that red seat, because it's wide open.
I mean, be honest with you, if you got your thigh beat out, somebody gonna look at it.
No, man.
We're gonna call Michael Walker Fulton Industrial, man.
I'm just saying, if you got your thigh meat out, somebody gonna look at
it. Yeah,
I just went there.
What you got, Black?
Right there, the Fulton Day.
Right off the when you get right off that highway, right at there, the bridge.
Yeah, right there, the road.
Oh, goddamn.
Michael Club Wax Walker.
Club Wax. Go to Babe, so you go to Club Wax.
Hey.
Which one you want, Michael?
Michael Club Blaze.
Go to the
hotel. He Club Blaze. They giving him $40 off top.
His stage name is Sexual Noodles.
Oh, man. And that is good, cat.
Walmart brand.
Hey, that boy, he had a travel log right there when you get off I-20, right there.
Where are we going wrong?
Go ahead, Blackberry.
Hey, people want to know. They want to know where are the Falcons going wrong. They got to know. They need an answer.
Well, he about to Teddy Pendergrass, y'all. Well, y'all don't understand.
Now, my big dog, Big Ant, he hit on some of my point already with Michael Walker. Trash bandicoot ass.
I
don't care about no interception. I don't care that he got in some people's way and made a tackle. I don't care.
Look at the comment. They already know what the hell we talking about.
Oh man, as soon as you start, you did that night, Rob. That's your hey.
Hey, bro.
Wait. Why lock back there dropping aluminum foil?
Leave them geek monsters on food, man. But what we going wrong is on defense. It's not on offense. It's on defense. Okay? And it's not just because we continue to play Michael Walker. It's not just because of that. For some reason, against Justin Fields, Dean Pease allowed his corners to be more aggressive and more free. But for some reason, against the Commanders, I guess he had a little more respect for their offense. So he had them guys bagging up more. He let them be aggressive at times, but I saw him divert right back into that
off man.
Just keep everything, just off man, keep everything in front of you. Give them the yard, give them the catch. Yeah, give them the catch. Just go tackle them. I don't like that. As a defensive guy, I don't like that, bro.
Nope.
There's something there's something very, very shaky about that play, about the play calling on defense when it comes to Dean Pease. And I'm not saying it because I think he's a bad coach, because I don't. I think he's a damn good defensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying it in a matter of this. What you have out there on the field is what you have to work with. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
But if you do not allow guys like Grady Jarrett, Lorenzo Carter, AK, Malone, even Ogundeji, if you don't allow those guys to do what they do best, which is apply pressure, if you don't allow them to get home at times, because receivers and tight ends and backs got so much space to be able to catch the ball 3-4 yards over the line of scrimmage. Easy check downs, easy short slants, easy short drags, just easy routes that you're allowing these teams to be able to make. Easy plays like that turn into drive extenders. These guys can't get home. At some point, it has to be more than pressure. In the league right now, this is what I've been proven. This what's been proven to me in this league this year. These quarterbacks that are in the game now, even the ones that we have a lot of criticism about, they don't get flustered as much. They don't.
No.
Pressure isn't flustering anybody these days. It's just not. That does it still increase the chances of a mistake being made? Yes. But what you also count on is on the next play that they might make a mistake as well, because now they got that pressure in their face. But they not. These guys, Heineke, he was not flustered. He still went out there and made plays the next play, even after being pressured. At some point, you got to get it to where these guys can get home. You can design this defense for you to get more sacks, get more pressure, to get more tackles behind the line of scrimmage. You can design it because you have the speed on the edge, you have the stoutness in the middle, and you have linebackers that can get from sideline to sideline. So you have to get these guys to where their abilities is heightened, to where they play at their best ability up front. And the way you do that is you allow those corners to get more aggressive. Let them get up and press more often. I'm sorry, y'all. Let these corners come up and take away, because even if you don't want them to press, let them come up and be 5 yards off the ball.
Yep, 5 yards.
Instead of 7, 10, 12 yards off the damn ball. Because clearly what you're not showing them in practice is how not to retreat when you got that much space in front of you. Because at the snap, they're retreating. Even though they got 17 yards between them and the receiver.
Yep.
It's too easy. Anybody can go out there and pick you apart when you're doing that. It's too easy. I don't care what nobody say. You have to design this defense better than what you have been doing, because we could take off in some games. But if we continue to let drive be extended the way they have been, it's going to continue to be these nip-tuck games every single week. And at this point of the season, I get it. It is what it is. Nothing's going to change. But maybe you need to have a change right now on defense. That's where we're going wrong. Dean Pease needs to be more aggressive. He needs to be more aggressive.
Let me add a little something to The problem is not really aggressiveness. The problem with this team is the lack of what I've always stated: the small, intricate details of football. When you do these three things, you allow yourself you put yourself in position to make big plays, sacks, interceptions, get off the field on third downs. When you're missing tackles, when you're in the wrong gap, when you don't set the edge properly, how can you get those interceptions? How can you get those sacks?
That's where the players going wrong.
And
Missing
that's
tackles.
where so it's not necessarily a lack of aggressiveness, because even if you're aggressive, guys got to be in the right place when they are aggressive. So until the players show that they can consistently be in the right place when he wants to be aggressive, there's no that like you're playing with fire. It's Russian roulette when you go out there. All right, we're gonna be more aggressive. Well, if this guy is not in the right spot and they're aggressive, guess what? We get exactly what we saw in Cincinnati. Those guys right in the middle of the field, wide open, play one. It was a blitz. They called it, and those guys ended up having a big play. So it's not necessarily Dean P doesn't want to be aggressive. These guys got to do a better job of small, intricate details, being able to set the edge properly. Because if you go back and look at this game against Washington, all they were doing is doing the same thing over and over again, misdirection. And then you had Richie Grant flying all over the place. He running in the back of his own players. He's missing tackles. Jalen Hawkins, the same thing. He flying all over the place, missing tackles. Darren Hall, I don't know what the hell he was doing, but he playing high go seat.
He put caught up in the moment.
So it's not necessarily Dean P doesn't want to be aggressive. You got to give. Look, let me make a small analogy. You trying to teach a 21-year-old, let's just say a 16-year-old, how to shoot a gun. And you know, for the most part, mentally, is he prepared to shoot a gun at 16 years old? So why would you put a gun in a 16-year-old hand and say, all right, go get him?
Right.
That's essentially what you're saying with a Dean Pease. He don't have guys that are mentally strong enough to be aggressive in a defense. These guys aren't ready. They got to be mature enough to be in a position where they can be aggressive. Because even when certain guys are aggressive, guys like Troy Polamalu, Troy Polamalu was aggressive as hell, but he had one thing that he can do well that always saved his ass. He could tackle his ass off.
Yeah, he should.
He would put your butt on the ground every time.
So that's the difference when it comes down to Blackberry. You're absolutely right. He does need to be, but these players got to show that they're ready to handle that responsibility. So you're absolutely right about
it. And they got to show it, but you can't. I can't give them that cop out that they not mentally ready, because this is football. If you ain't mentally ready, I don't need you out there.
That's 90% of it. That's damn near 70% of the NFL, bro.
Right here. And missing tackles it was a big issue in that Commanders game. Even for guys who we thought who we saw was solid most of the year, like Richard Grant and Jalen Hawkins. Richard Grant had the worst game I seen him play all year against the Commanders. So that's an issue. But I can't give him that cop out about he ain't got the guys for that. Because you still got to trust these guys to go out there and play.
Let's look at the roster then. Let's look at the roster. Who are these guys on the defensive line, the linebacking core, and in the secondary? You think they ready?
Okay, so I'm gonna give you this. when it come up front, you take them out of that scenario because it is. Their assignments are geared right, like you said, they did a lot of misdirection against the Commanders.
Mhm.
Defensive linemen, they are that don't mean nothing to them. The misdirection. Their jobs, edge containment, stay solid in the middle.
Yep, pressure up.
Wherever the misdirection and all that come on that second level with them linebackers and with them safeties. Corners, you have your jobs. So when it come up front, I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about aggressiveness up front because those guys, we know what their jobs is. Contain, stay solid in the middle. Now, linebacker wise, Sean Evans is that guy. Troy Anderson is that guy. Malone is that guy. I'm not worried about it with them. I'm not even worried about it with Richard Grant and Jalen Hawkins in the safety corps. And even when they plug in D Alpha, or when I think Ford, he been out. But even when he was in, I didn't have that. I wasn't worried about that with him either. As far as with the corners go, AJ is a press corner. Darren Hall was not a press corner. With him, he's the only one that I would be like, yeah, we need to watch how aggressive we trying to let him be. But I'm gonna say this: when you have the person, they have the personnel to do what I'm suggesting. He's got to trust them because essentially what I'm saying is that when you trust those guys to be more aggressive in the second level and on the third level, those guys up front that we know what the potential that they getting every single week, they be this close, but don't get there. All it takes is a half a second for that quarterback to hold that ball a half a second longer. Those guys right there. I'm not worried about tackling on those other levels if those guys are being sticky and we can get home up front 3-4 more times in a game. So as far as the mind, are they really mentally ready for that aggressiveness? This group, they have that ability because we got a press corner in AJ. We got guys that like to come up, like Jalen Hawkins and Richie Grant. So I'm not worried about that. So Dean Pease has to be more aggressive.
Well, look, before I say my piece, let's get this super chat here at 199 from Brian Peoples. He said the only problem on offense I see is bad snaps. Yeah, I can agree with that.
We all see that shit.
But what to Blackberry and Mike's point, I said this a while back. Veteran player, when something changes, like Blackberry said, a lot of times the veteran player will kind of like he'll hone in on what's going on before making his move. A rookie is just going to follow the game and get caught up in the foolishness. And that's what you saw. When you a veteran player and the offense on the other team drastically changes what they're doing, you got to be focused enough in that moment to say, okay, you got to be focused enough to execute your job even more so than when it's just they doing the regular mundane, what you've been seeing all game. And that's where our defense got messed up. The moment they started doing misdirection, everybody lost focus, and then they just trying to catch up to their assignment. That's why you seen people bouncing around that you didn't normally see.
Let me ask everybody a question. Do we all agree that Falcons need to be more aggressive?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Who back there playing Mario?
All right. This is the second question I have for you. If we all think the Falcons need to be more aggressive, this is the second question. I got 3 questions. The second one, do you trust Dean Pease as a defensive coordinator?
I do. Because if we didn't, we wouldn't have got this far.
I feel like if we had the personnel that will make his mastermind pretty much, I mean, we got what we got.
Yeah.
So until we get the personnel that we have, we're like hobbled. You know what I'm saying? So I
So
can't
you
really
do
say.
trust him.
I trust him.
Black. No, he don't trust him. And
Yeah, I trust him.
all right, Night Rattle.
I'm losing trust, but I still trust him. Like you said, he ain't really got the personnel that he really want. He just going with what he got. But shit, the man won a Super Bowl for a reason. So shit, well, hell, I ain't got no choice but to check.
So with that being said, you hear what you guys just said. Two guys, three guys said almost the exact same thing. He doesn't have the personnel.
Mm-hmm.
So if he doesn't have the personnel, why would he be aggressive?
I get what you're
And
saying.
why wouldn't he give these guys the opportunity? Because if you trust him as a coach, why would he, as a guy that's been in the league, as a Super Bowl contender, and he a Super Bowl winner, and he played with Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick gave him the keys to his defense. He said, "Dean, go do your job. I totally trust you." Won a Super Bowl. The Ravens said the same thing. Here, Dean, here are the keys to this defense. Go win me a championship. So if he's done that for two Hall of Fame coaches and two great organizations, why is he not doing the same thing with this Atlanta Falcons team? That's the question.
And I can answer part of that. One thing I have noticed is, this is what frustrates people about Dean Pease. Dean's not gonna open up his playbook on them plays he knows that he used to run with the personnel. Like I said, one, because of the personnel. Number two, if you notice, when Dean sees our defense not executing, he scales back what plays he allows them to do. If you notice, in the games when our defense is dominating, Dean opens that playbook up a little bit more. And the defense eats and eats and eats because he knows everybody's locked in and they're executing. The games where we're not executing, Dean scales it back. And that's why a lot of people look and say, why is he playing so conservative? He's not playing conservative because he hates to lose on big plays. He knows they're not mentally in it and they're not executing. So he can't put the plays out there he really wants to put to really run over a team. Because their head's not in it. If you watch that Washington game, as long as we were getting at the quarterback, he'll open his play and it'll keep going and keep going. The minute they start doing misdirection and everybody bouncing around like marbles, the next play the next time we have to be on the field, he scales it back. If you pay attention to it, he basically coaches based on how they perform on the field in game. His adjustments is based on their execution. And if they're not executing,
it's like a great passer. It's like a great NBA passer. If I keep passing you this motherfucker, you keep shooting that bitch on the side of the backboard. You think I'm gonna keep passing it to you?
Oh, hell no.
I'm gonna say this. I trusted him up to the halfway point of this season. And it ain't that I don't trust his knowledge. I don't trust that I don't trust his trust in the guys he got. And I know y'all saying he don't have the personnel. I disagree. AJ Terrell is a press corner. He does let AJ have a little freedom. I do see that. He does let AJ decide sometimes when he wants to press or when he wants to come up or when he wants to give him a little more space. So I do see that. But I do think he has the personnel. I'm gonna bring up a few things here, a few points. First of all, remove Michael Walker ass from out the middle and put Joe Anderson
Please,
Come
in
on,
the
Black.
middle
You can't say he
at
trusted
all
me, then
times.
say we gotta have move
But,
Michael Walker.
but no, I say he don't trust. But that's what I'm saying. Because he continued to play Michael Walker over Joy Anderson. That's why I don't trust him. Dean Marlowe is gone because in that first Panthers game, Dean Marlowe gave up a big play. And what
big play for that game.
What does Dean Pease despise more than anything on defense?
Giving
He
up them
does
big
not
plays.
want to give up big plays. That's why he has those guys play off so much. But now, let's go to the Chicago game against Justin Fields for whatever reason, I don't know. But most of that game, those guys were playing up. You didn't see so much space being given up most of that game. There were points in the game where he did back off. But for most of that game, he allowed those guys to come up and take away some of that space. They were playing 5 yards off the ball most of that game. Up on the outside and in the slot.
That's largely due to Justin Fields being complete ass.
And like we've been telling everybody, Justin Fields still need to prove to everybody that he can throw the damn ball. I don't know why people think that he's proven that for whatever reason. I still haven't seen it.
Because he's popular.
But like you just said, some of that is due to Justin Fields being ass throwing the ball. Heineke is serviceable throwing the ball. And he doesn't trust that those guys can stick with route runners long enough for that front to get home. Or to at least move Heineke off his spot enough for him to have to revert and now go to a second, third option, fourth option. So that's why I don't trust him. Because I think he does have the personnel. But because we haven't seen but a small sample size of it against Justin Fields, well, it did work very well. Justin Fields left the game in a whole lot of bad shape.
What?
So
I'm just trying to figure out like where on the defense, because like you saying you have the personnel. I just don't see it outside of AJ and Richie Grant. Like outside of that, like that's a huge question mark, even with Rashawn Evans and coverage. AK is pretty good. AK is pretty solid.
You don't need them to be shut down corners or shut down safeties. You just need for them to be able to do their job for snap count. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. If they still on their guy, AK and Lorenzo, they be getting there. If you can get a 3.5 Mississippi or 4.5 Mississippi, those guys getting home. And even Grady, when he's splitting them double teams because he was splitting double teams like crazy in that Commanders game. When those guys can get that pressure, you're not too much worried about if they stand with a man because you have the talent. That's my biggest point. You have the talent up front if you just let these guys play up a little bit. All I'm saying.
I feel you, but our secondary, look, man, outside of AJ, man, let's just keep it. Everybody got a freaking question mark over their head. Every last one of them. Every last one of them. Let's just keep that real. And every one of those linebackers have a question mark. Every last one of them, including the rookie, including Rashawn Evans, who's having a great year. Every last one of them have a question mark over their head. We can say from the right corner, left corners, free safety, strong safety, middle linebacker, outside, weak, all that. Every last one of them got question marks over the head.
Well,
That's
not
the
really.
problem.
Hey, quick question.
Richie was
wouldn't
ass,
say
bro.
that.
Like he was just Richie was running to his
That
own man. He
Commanders
was
game,
missing
he was.
tackles.
Absolutely.
He's been
That
very
Commanders game, he was
inconsistent
playing
tackling
very
this
out
year.
of character.
Well, I just think, yeah, it's like we're getting there, but because we weren't drafting heavily for the trenches, Dean's a little uncomfortable with, like you said, because like we all know,
Them
Dean came from
everything
teams
at
where
once.
Dean came from teams where hit that defensive. He had boogers on the defensive line. Them was some big, burly, nasty dudes that he knew. Once I open his play, we can get at him. And he's not comfortable right now because a lot of our defense is still undersized.
Mm-hmm.
And I think with if Dean gets the players that he wants in conjunction to what we have, you gonna see his calling a whole lot different.
Like I said, I think we have potential, but they're not showing that potential consistently.
No, they're
So
not.
like my thing is I don't disagree with what you're saying. My thing is they're not there yet. Richie Grant is not a complete player right now. He has the potential. We've seen flashes of greatness from him, of his ability. We've seen flashes from Jalen Hawkins. We've seen flashes from other guys like D. Alford, but they haven't been consistent. And I think from a coach, like any coach, they don't want to see flashes. They want to be able to trust and call your number at any given time to say, all right, Grady, I need a sack. Timmy Horn, I need you to stop this run. I need to call your number. When I call your number, you better get it done. Not, I hope he get it done. Okay? That's the difference.
Please
last
get it
point.
done. Please.
Last point, so we can move on. Last point. If their man has 7 yards to come off the ball untouched to go into their route, they can't show they can't show that they could be ready or not. Because you give anybody that much space, they're gonna get a catch on you. Just saying.
Well, I tell you what, let's we get ready to come up on the 2-hour mark. Let's go ahead and get to this last topic here, which are the keys to victory against the Steelers. Woo. Big Ant. I'm gonna let you go first.
Well, y'all already know where I'm going with this. Because we've said it since the offseason. We done said it every single week we have played, and I'm going to say it again. Run the damn ball. Right up they look. I don't give a damn if they stop it for a yard. Keep running. Keep running it. And then on defense, Lord God. Can somebody please stop anything up the middle? Please, I'm begging you. I'm begging you. Please. We got the speed to go sideline to sideline. I'm not worried about that. Can you stop something up the middle? Please. Look. Players over here. Stop looking over there. What you looking over there for? Your gap is over here. What you doing over there? That's all I ask. Just please, guys.
What you got, Blackberry?
I'm just confused by Warriors' comment because he just said the Falcons could go 9-8. But he just said he don't think we'll beat the Steelers.
Huh?
Okay, I'm going to.
I'm confused.
We're
I'm
gonna catch
confused.
him.
It's not BlackBerry. I'm gonna say this, because I know we like to think on it. It's not your job to understand stupid.
Mm-mm.
I'm just confused.
Don't do it.
So you don't think we'll beat the Steelers, but you also think we'll beat the Ravens. Because in order to go 9-8, we can't lose but one more game.
Mm-hmm. Hashtag
Anyway.
make it make sense.
Anyway, key to victory. And he already said the main one, run the damn ball. That's automatic. My second key to victory, make a damn tackle. I mean, Mike is absolutely right. The tackling was atrocious against the Commanders. It was abysmal. Whatever other big word in the dictionary, that means sorry as hell.
Flabbergasting.
Disgusting.
Abomination.
Horrendous.
Pepto-Bismol.
It was gross.
Indubitably grotesque.
Absolutely phantasmagorical.
Run the ball.
Expialidocious.
And I heard and I saw somebody on Twitter after the game say it was so slippery out there they was missing the tackle.
That don't
That's bruh. Shut up. Whoever that. It was too slippery out there. Run the ball and make your damn tackles. No missed tackles.
Please, God.
Please. Them my keys right there.
What you got, Locke?
All right. Keys to victory. I mean, y'all pretty much touching on everything right now. We always talk about making those adjustments, those in-game adjustments. Go with what's working, and if it's not working, go into your bag and pull something out. The guy we had on doing the post game, Alex had said it. A guy from he said we was going against the same type of team that we was going with when we was going against the Commanders. So they pretty much the Steelers have about the same personnel. We just got to pretty much like it was. I'm tackling, man. I don't. Good Lord. It's almost just how it looked. It looked about worse than what it was just about when we went in Carolina, but I mean, let's stop. Man, just like I said, y'all don't touch on everything. So right now at this point, just try to, we're like one of the least penalized teams, which is thankfully. Let's not give up penalties in the red zone. The simple stuff like we always talk about. Let's make those timely adjustments. Run the ball, get less penalties, score in the red zone. Play all 4 quarters of football. It's the same stuff. It's like it's the only reason it's the same stuff because we almost have a complete team. We're just missing key people or key things. But I feel like once we go get, past this, cap debacle, and I feel like we get the people that we need, then those people with potentials that Mike said got a question mark, they're going to be able to do just their job. I think we don't have people that they're just doing their job solidly, and executing consistently. So I think and that's just it. I'm going to just say that. Execute consistently. You know what I'm saying? No, do your assignment. Be fundamentally sound like BlackBerry always talk about. Execute consistently, like Mike just mentioned. run the ball like Ant said. I mean, that's just it, man. I mean, there's nothing more to pretty much say besides that. We know what personnel. We know who we are. We know who Mariota is. We know what we have on defense. You know, Mark Walker's in the middle. He's starting. You know, I mean, we're just going against the same team. Let's do what we didn't do last game. Do it better this game because it's the same mirror image of the last team, and that's my take.
What about you, Night Right?
All right, number one. I'm gonna need for the offensive line to be on their P's and Q's because they have a man by the name of T.J. Watt coming off of that end.
Yes, Lord.
And he is nothing to play with. Okay, they definitely got to keep T.J. Watt off of Mariota, but they got to keep him out the backfield. That's number one. Number two, we know what George Pickens can do, man. We need for AJ to be on George Pickens like a cheap suit. He need to be on him like white on eyes. Because George Pickens is playing out of his mind too. He is not playing. Number three, make Kenny Pickett look like a rookie.
Mm-hmm.
Kenny Pickett, he playing some good ball since he came in. He getting better by the game, but y'all let's make him look like a rookie. Force him to make those rookie mistakes. And then I'm gonna give you a bonus one for take advantage of your opportunities. If you get those turnovers, let's turn them into some points. I'm tired of the 3 points. I need 7. 7 points. Turn those turnovers into points and take advantage of everything you get, man, because those missed opportunities will come back and bite you in your ass at the end of the day. And that's all I got to say.
What you got, Mike?
Yeah. What's up with your OG?
I think it. I think it's. I'll just say this. I'm gonna need Michael Walker.
Put some powder in his diaper.
I'm gonna just need him to just be consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Because the problem with this defense is not our secondary. It's not the front seven, it's the linebackers. We've had very inconsistent players with our linebackers. From game to game, from the first game all the way up to now, every linebacker has been incredibly inconsistent. So I'm going to need him and his blonde hair.
Oh, you mean the ramen noodles?
Yeah, the ramen noodles. I need the ramen noodle head to actually pretend as though he's the Deion Jones. I need him to pretend like he's Ray Lewis. Maybe that'll help him because pretending like he his damn self ain't working. So I need you to pretend that you Ray Lewis, that you Mike Ditka, that you Tom Bucker, and all the great players that ever played in the game. I need you to pretend like you Mike. I wanna be like Mike. Please just pretend like you did.
Yeah, tell Cisco quit going to the line trying to perform the thong song for everybody else.
Right.
And look, so pretend like you were great. I need you to pretend because, like I said, obviously being you ain't helping. So pretend like you somebody else great, okay? Because we need better play. We need better play from our life. What the fuck are you doing, Black?
He's tearing that recliner up.
So I'm gonna need him to pretend to be somebody else for a change. Maybe that'll help with his consistency.
Hey,
that's all.
You know what Michael Walker kind of look like?
Who?
Look like Donnie from the Wild Thornberry. You remember that?
This nigga.
I cannot with you, man.
Oh my God, really?
Well, look.
So that's all.
I get when he got blowing hair, he thought he was Super Saiyan.
Look,
Look,
look.
I was going.
Look.
I had another reason for why he got that blonde hair, but I'm gonna leave that subject
Yep.
alone.
Yeah. Yeah.
That look good for his
See,
boyfriend.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we
But my key to victory is gonna be like this. Number one, do your job. Do your job. Number two, run the damn ball. And run it again. And run it some more.
die line.
Yeah.
Right.
Dylan.
Five,
But
six,
to get out
Give us
of
a mouth. Give us a mouth.
Give him out.
Give us a mouth.
Run him out.
Give us a mouth.
Hey, Michael Walker, sit down. Run him the ball. Now, defense. I'm gonna need y'all to control the line of scrimmage.
You know they're gonna
Get at the quarterback. And I'm gonna need y'all to put Michael Walker on the outside.
Yeah,
No,
outside
put
of the
his
field.
ass
Put him on the out. All you do is C-man tackle. That's your job. C-man tackle. We don't need you to think.
Nope.
Offense.
on the end of the bench. Shit.
Offense. If TJ Watt is on the field, y'all need to run right at him. Don't leave him alone. Run right at him.
Mm-hmm.
Give him the business. If he the baddest man on the team, give him the business. And for God's sake, score in the red zone.
Hey, man.
Thank you.
In the red. Look, who need to have limited appearances this game?
Say it again. God.
Say that with your chest.
If y'all
boy.
march them down the field, march them past the goal line.
I'm telling you, not to the 4-yard line.
Right.
Don't get down there and forget how to score. Score in the red zone. And last but not least, stop getting penalties after a good drive. If Cordero run it 75 yards and get stopped at the 76, don't get a penalty. Sit your ass down. That's my take, man. That's it.
And one more. Lindstrom and McGarry become the nasty boys again.
What's up? Knobs and sags.
Become the nasty boys again. Y'all showed y'all behinds off against Justin Fields in the Chicago Bears. Y'all was knocking dudes into the third row.
Man. Oof.
Come on, become the smash. Well, what them boys?
Bash Brothers. The
Bash Brothers. Yeah, become the Bash Brothers again, man. Yeah, we need consistency out of them too.
Oh, Lindstrom has been pretty consistent.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's been consistent.
Yeah.
McGarry has been a lot better than what he was before, but
A lot better.
I'm gonna add this little take. I'm gonna start looking for centers in the draft because I'm not doing this. I'm just gonna get ahead of the curve, and I'm gonna just start looking at centers, and I'll keep it at that.
Thank you.
Dalvin is who he is, and he's not going to change.
Well, look, man, we passed the 2-hour mark. We have had a good show. We gave y'all a lot of information. We thank y'all for tuning in Dirty Bird Thursdays. Make sure tomorrow that you guys tune in to GSN with Blackberry. They'll be going over like the Hawks.
Actually, there's a slight change.
Okay.
And I know Ms Maggie, she ain't gonna like I'm announcing this now before I told her she gonna get after my ass.
No, she's not gonna like it.
She gonna ring your ass.
I will not be attending the Friday night shows. And I will not be having my Tuesday night shows anymore. It's only gonna be Thursday nights, 8:05. Well, tonight, 8:30. So right after this, the conversation not over. Y'all got more Falcon talk, and we're gonna talk about them Hawks too. So y'all go over to BlackBerry, y'all can stay on AFN, go over to GSN. How you gonna do it? I suggest you go to all three and subscribe. Okay. Right. And that's BlackBerry, no C, just in case. And I'll be attending Sundays pre-games when I'm able to. And I'll try to jump in on some post games, but I'm making some changes, some life changes, trying to get right with the Lord. That's so right. I'm gonna be dedicating more time to God. And by doing that, I have to sacrifice some things that I like.
Don't be mad, Mike. Hallelujah, Jesus. Don't be thank you, Lord.
Well, listen, man. Hey, look, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you check out GSN. Make sure you check out AFN. Hey, Man Mike Sports, K Styles, Jew Talk Sports. Hey, check us out, man. We're a movement. So we trying to make this sports commentation positive. But once again, we thank y'all, Big Ant. Let them know what's up.
The hell with Big Ant, old troublemaking ass.
No, they're playing Mario 3 and shit. Mario
Raccoon Tail right now. What you over there doing? Aaron over there playing Mario Kart.
Don't be shame, man. Don't be shame, man. We all
I got this. The hell with all y'all.
The hell with you too. I was like, he must get the plumber hat and the raccoon tail. He been around like
oh man. Hey man, y'all go ahead over to BlackBerry Rex, man. We about to give him a fire show, man. So please support your boy, man. Like you support AFN, like you support Mad Mike, like you support everybody. Support this man. He got fire content.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just like he said. Go ahead, Warren. Close that thing on out.
All right. Well, let's see now. You see where you can find Big Ant. He over there. He over there in Mario Land.
Yeah, the warp zone right now.
Then we got BlackBerry.
That's BlackBerry, no C, just the K.
Then we got Lock.
For sure. Yeah, stupid.
We got Night Rider.
Excuse me. Fake news. Everybody needs to make sure you follow AFN. He's a very wonderful people. Excuse me. Fake news. Hey man.
Trump, you planning on running for Atlanta Falcons in 2023? If so, I'm not coming to the game.
Excuse me, D-Led, excuse me, fake news. Nobody cares about the Trump 2024. I have Kanye as my vice president. He's a very wonderful person. And CNN is fake news. They tried to give me the virus.
He's my very, very dear black friend.
He's a very good people.
Coach, Trump, that news makes me kind of constipated. Hey, yo, man. Look, we have a good time over here. I'm the Falcons therapist. Y'all can catch me on Twitter at Falcons therapist, on TikTok at IG, Elegance Wellness Facade. Listen, man, we got to be out of here. Thank y'all for tuning in with the home team. Hey, home team, we out, man.
Yeah, man.
Peace.
Fake news.
Peace.
Fake news.